In the 17th century Britain, if your marriage was falling apart and divorce wasn't an option, there was always the marketplace. Welcome to the bizarre, semi-public, semi-illegal tradition of wife selling. From the late 1600s through the mid-1800s, Englishmen, mostly from the working classes, sold their wives in public, like cattle, with crowds, sometimes even with bidding. Here's how it worked. A husband would take his wife, sometimes willingly, sometimes not, to a public market, often with a halter around her neck or waist. Then, with a crowd watching, he would auction her off to the highest bidder, usually a new suitor she preferred. Sometimes beer was served, sometimes fights broke out. And once the sale was done, that was it. Marriage over. Now, let's be clear, this wasn't legal, but in the time when actual divorce required an act of parliament and was only available to the wealthy, wife selling became a social loophole. Local authorities often turned a blind eye, especially if the wife agreed and the sale didn't disrupt the peace. Think of it as community-endorsed separation. Remarkably, this tradition lasted for a long time, with the last recorded sale being as late as 1926. And yes, some wives were genuinely happy to be sold, especially if it meant escaping an abusive or unwanted marriage. Others were not so lucky. It was messy, it was crude, and yet, for over 2 centuries, it was one of the few escape routes for the poor trapped in bad marriages.